First Impressions and Bullet Points of the PDP F series by Walther, chambered in 9mm. Here we go. That's some nice packaging. Everything has its space. And here are some grips to interchange for a more comfortable fit, unique to your hand size. There's 2 of those. And here's a metal magazine and a speed loader to make loading those new magazines a lot easier. All right, let's step inside and see how this feels in hand and while working the manipulations. The thing I love about it is this really nice, clean, and very distinct trigger. That's nice. You're going to want to be able to rack it. What about the pinch factor? I want to insert magazine and not pinch myself. What's really nice about this pistol is it has this bumped out mag well here, so my hand does not get pinched and the magazine is not impeded by my hand flesh. Okay, so I want to be able to drop magazine, load, and release that slide. It's easier to do when the magazine's not in there. Release that slide, preferably one-handed. And the reason being is that you want to be able to have this hand free to do what needs to be done in a fight for your life. So I really am impressed with that slide release, and let's talk about why. So here we are in lock back. That's pretty quick and pretty smooth. The extended slide release here makes that especially fast to run. That's the Glock 19 on top of and parallel to the Walther PDP F. What I want to show you there is just what a size difference is involved on that slide release for both of those different models from the different manufacturers. It's no wonder that the Walther has such a faster slide release manipulation there that's achievable. But I'm also laying these out here to show you that I really could not help but be reminded of the Glock 19 in size and balance and girth in the grip. They're very similar. The Walther PDP F is unique in this way. That slide lock and slide release lever, well, it sits on both sides. It comes stock like that. Onto the magazine release, which, by the way, is reversible for lefty or righty. So the magazine release sits here in its own little carved out niche. So unless you have a very large thumb, you're not going to accidentally bump up against that and, drop a magazine. With a thumb forward grip, even a high thumb grip, I would not imagine that you would have any trouble with that. It's a very intentional magazine release, but it's simple also. So my thumb during the firing process would sit about right here, and then when I want to release, it's right here. Magazine side note, they are in fact called magazines, not clips. Clips are for your hair, if you have it. There it is with the 2 15-round magazines and the easy loader. It is worth mentioning that these magazines are not tightly sprung and loading them really isn't difficult. It is helpful to have that bright orange, reddish color there as on the follower plate so that you can easily identify that your gun is on empty when it goes into lockback, and that's quite the signal that you're on empty. So that's probably a matter of personal preference, but I do like it. So the dirty magazines bring me to the next point of cleaning your pistol. How easy is it to break it down? These are the tabs that you would press down on in order to release the upper from the lower in order to perform maintenance or cleaning on your pistol. And once again, Walther did a wonderful job of making those a lot easier to manipulate versus the tiny little tabs that you're always breaking your fingernails off on on the Glock. Do you find those tabs on the Glock to be a minor inconvenience as well? Let me know in the comments below. Walther did a phenomenal thing. They invited female competition shooters to the table to provide feedback on what would make the best platform for them. And they gave their input, which gives us those controls to be so very ergonomic and well suited to the female hand. I've talked about purpose in another video, and I'll link that here, but I want to draw your attention to the fact that the size is directly proportionate to your purpose, and here's a good time to talk about that. If you were to lay the Glock 43X on top of the Walther PDP F, they would look like they're relatively the same size or same footprint. But once you turn it and you work with the angles of it and you see how much larger the PDP F really is. So I'm going to show you some of those angles. Pay attention to those size differences because when it comes to an everyday carry, well, size really does matter. And there is a pretty significant difference in the sizes of these two pistols. She's got big bones. And I don't mean any disrespect by saying that. I just mean that if you intend to carry this pistol as an everyday carry concealed on your body, well, that might be difficult. The PDP F comes with these amazing 3-dot sights that may not appear at first glance to be much to be desired. But I assure you they are because they're adjustable. Yes, another evidence that they had competition shooters providing input on what is needed. So there's the tool to make those minor adjustments to both windage and elevation. You really don't know how well you're going to get along with a pistol until you take it to the range. We've talked a good deal now about observable features, fit and thumbs and all of those things, slide releases, magazines. We're really going to get to know it when we take it to the range. I'll take you with me next time. Happy shooting.